You're retro trekking with the Caramel Apples, a podcast where the topic is really about apples. This week is all about the animated shorts that contain nostalgic lyrics and memories, which was a key connector to learning and retaining some educational basics of our curriculum, then into our retro minds and hearts. Maybe as a kid you have had the caramelicious opportunity to experience the youth-based show of ambient fun to jolt that educational spark. When it came to making fun, easy to recall educational offerings, one of the networks of yesteryear introduced us to Schoolhouse Rock. Do you remember it? Did you catch yourself singing along? Let's caramel dive into the fun throwback memories of such a fun time. Now with your host Kennedy Rizzo and Cooper Lee.
Kennedy, we are super stoked to be starting a new season. Let's just say that right now and get that out of the way.
That's right.
And let's be honest, it's of no secret on how much we like to discuss heartwarming throwback topics on any level.
Yes.
This week's consideration concerning Schoolhouse Rock is no different, and we have a lot to unpack.
That's right.
Gotta get the exclamation point in there.
We do, as part of our curriculum. And here in the Retro Orchard, where the nostalgia is sweeter and rarely, curiously, not about apples, all of that nostalgia feels good and easily comes flooding right back.
It certainly does. Orchard Archivers, you know the caramel drill. Subscribe.
Check.
Say hello on one or all of the socials.
Check.
And visit buymeacoffee.com/RetroTrekwithTheCaramelApples to fuel us with some support with a caffeine boost. You know what? We can't espresso how much we appreciate you.
Check, check.
Now, on to our retro throwback discussion this week. Kennard, while we've taken the time to explore the warm memories over other nostalgic youth-based entertainment from back in the day, there were clear distinctive aspects that made what was known as Schoolhouse Rock that much more memorable.
Mm-hmm.
The format on how it was designed as such caused such important things in our educational curriculum to become emblazoned in our minds and easily recalled by way of song.
Oh boy, do we remember these? I mean, I finally remember these types of playful avenues of education that we took to effortlessly and made us want to learn, to be more part of being hands-on when it came to our education. I'm sure both parents and teachers were grateful for these types of interactive educational programming experiences in, helping their children and students better grasp the fundamentals involved with what was being taught in the school systems.
Correct, Kennard. You know what? They're like, we'll take all the help we can get.
Yeah, what are we going to do with these little rocks? Talking about us, the students.
Kids are distracted easily, right? They want to have fun, so you got to make it fun for them.
You do.
You know what? Schoolhouse Rock is an interstitial programming series of animated musical, educational short films, and later music videos, which aired during the Saturday morning children's programming block on the television network, that good old ABC.
That's so familiar.
It really is. It takes you back. And the theme covered and included grammar, science, what else? Economics, history, mathematics, and civics. They across the board, they hit all of the right notes. The series original ran, um, I think it lasted from like 73 to 1985.
Sounds about right, yeah.
And it was then revived from 1993 to 96. And additional episodes were produced in 2009 for direct to video release.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Well, again, Schoolhouse Rock in its initial run ran from 1973 to 1985. That's a good 12 years. And it was in the tail end of that original run that Cooper and myself became familiar with it. Yeah, I was smack in the middle of our decade time parameters. That's quite curious, isn't it?
Curious indeed. We were late coming to the party, but we got there, right?
That's right. It's what all that matters.
Yeah, thanks, Mom and Dada. Thanks. Um, and to our dear listeners, if you are of a certain age and didn't live in a cave, chances are very good that this show is a part of your childhood and early teenage years as well. It was intended to help kids learn some of the basics. How well it did with that is a matter of conjecture. You know, let's just say it. The fact that Schoolhouse Rock was generally entertaining and quite memorable is not in doubt.
That's right. With our discussion in session, some 40 years later,
Hmm?
that's crazy.
Yes.
It is. I mean, we can still research and remember most of the multiplication and grammar rock entries from the early to mid 70s, and the America Rock 2 from the mid 70s, roughly coinciding with the American bicentennial at that time.
Mm.
But hang in there, we'll get there. We'll be mentioning super nostalgic lyrical memories throughout our episode to help stoke the educational curve ignited for school-aged children back then.
Schoolhouse Rock is something we haven't seen for quite a long time, but it really had such an impact on us as children, and we, Gen X kids, will enjoy the warm memory of it for years and years to come.
Mm-hmm.
So I do remember seeing it pop on television a long time ago when we were younger.
Oh, yeah. Schoolhouse Rock was simply a brilliant series that truly focused on educating. Whoever came up with that was a genius.
Yeah, but like we said, the parents were like, "Thank you."
Oh, yeah. That's right. It sure did help. Part of the power of these little cartoons was that they were run like commercials between other shows on Saturday mornings, and that was a prime time in our generation.
Yes.
You couldn't help but learn. And it's been so many, many years ago, but to this day, I bet there are fellow middle-aged folks who can still recite the preamble.
Schoolhouse Rock was great. It was just great. That's the way that kids should learn. How does that tune go?
Not really sure. I don't know.
Okay.
Hmm?
I do my thing in action, verb. That's what action is.
What's the matter with you?
I don't know. We knew what the verb was, what was happening, right? I don't know.
Yeah. and nice job on the little tune there.
I guess.
So for all those old enough to remember, wasn't that a great time to be a young person? It's one of our favorite times too. And I think many who liked and benefited from the show, their favorite had to be the verb song too.
That's right, because that's what action is. You're like, please stop.
No, our listeners are like, keep going.
No, please, no.
I doubt that. But also there is I'm Just a Bill. The preamble we just mentioned moments earlier, and conjunction junction.
Oh yes. I was thinking of how everybody probably has their favorites. And mine were three is a magic number, figure eight, interjections, conjunction, junction, and no more kings. There is certainly a huge reason why Schoolhouse Rock did so well. This was a staple of Saturday morning television back in the 70s and on into the mid 80s, as stated earlier.
That's right. In its infancy, Schoolhouse Rock had a usual checklist of things that both the networks and creative execs required before giving the green light, so to speak. But when this series of shorts came to ABC TV in 1973, one of those set execs, Fred Silverman, was flummoxed, because he had the task in revolutionizing Saturday morning television with a unified lineup, much like primetime television. So this was for the kids at the time. Big deal.
Yeah.
However, to appease watchdog groups, he needed educational content. Here's the interesting segue to what his focused goals needed. What say you, Coop?
Coop says, meanwhile, another advertising exec, David McCall, was concerned about his son's trouble with math in school. Real life problems, right?
Oh, 100%.
And he noted that his son could recite the lyrics to any Beatles song. This kind of gives you a reference of the time era we're focusing in on, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. And hit upon the idea of setting the multiplication tables to music. His creative crew put together a pitch for a short cartoon set to music. One of Kennedy's favorites, 3 is a magic number.
Yes, and oddly enough, I struggled with math.
What's the matter with you?
Who knew?
Oh boy.
So Mr. Fred Silverman loved the idea and snapped it right up, requiring all shows to have a couple of minutes shaved at the end in order to accommodate these animated cartoons.
Schoolhouse Rock launched with Multiplication Rock and became a huge hit. This was soon followed by Grammar Rock, then in time for the bicentennial, at that time, America Rock. Fun fact, knowing one can't let a good idea go to waste, so later Science Rock was added, and Money Rock still later. Rock, rock, rock.
Well, now the cartoon shorts were an excellent blend of creative visuals, catchy songs, and simple repetitive delivery that really let the info sink in. Now, for those of us in the era who experienced that firsthand, it became our hit music. It did.
Yeah.
All one had to do was on the playground would say, conjunction, junction. And someone else would answer, what's your function?
Conjunction, junction, what's your function? Hooking up words and phrases and clauses.
Ooh, wow, these cartoon shorts were a must for any parent. Oh my gosh. I imagine, and for teachers as well, The songs were wonderful, and the featured cartoons made learning fun, even inspiring. It was entertaining, educational, and not just projecting a lot of mindless nonsense, purely for the sake of entertainment.
Every short would contain a different character or a cast of characters that resembled or present the topic that they're talking about. They are guaranteed to be entertaining and educational at the same time, as you said, Coop. The songs are well thought up, and the idea of the cartoons being creative are very creative, in my opinion. But nothing like the junk that they've got slated for youth-based offerings currently.
It's just a different day, isn't it? That's Man,
Really
it's
is.
just different. And the idea and development of Schoolhouse Rock was again, thankfully, due to the educational needs of David McCall's young son, who was struggling with learning his multiplication tables despite being able to memorize the lyrics of popular music and pop culture. That's when McCall hired musician Bob Duro to helm the writing of Three is a Magic Number. Another key player at this firm was illustrator Tom Yohe, was tasked to listen to the song first and then create visuals to accompany it.
That's right. As a key designer for Schoolhouse Rock, Tom Yohe was such a wonderful artist who could make the most seemingly simple characters so appealing in their own way,
Truly.
much like the other famous animated characters from back when we treasured,
Yes.
like the Peanuts characters, which we did a whole thing on mascots not too long ago. So yeah, they made good mascots, but the Peanuts that stood out in our minds.
Yep.
He was the artist behind the Conjunction Junction Conductor, which we just played that,
Yeah.
and the I Am a Bill, among many other classic characters. Like these things were created in such a way that when you saw them and then connected it to the music, that would emblazon into your minds.
Oh, 100%. Like, how do they not? They looked child friendly, they were cartoony, and the music, it was catchy. So yeah, like it made learning very easy.
It did. Then we got producer writer Radford Stone at the ABC network suggested that they pitch it as a television series, which caught the attention of Michael Eisner, then senior vice president in charge of programming and development at ABC, and character director Chuck Jones, we know that name, of Tom and Jerry fame.
But as with most nostalgic media offerings, some of the best songs in Schoolhouse Rock, the series are the ones not everyone remembers.
Hmm?
So,
Okay.
what is one of such animated gems, you might ask? Do you
Yes,
ask that, Kennedy? You want to know that? Okay.
I do. I do.
Fun fact. A superb favorite song by the true youthful retro buff at heart of all time is Little 12 Toes. It is even said that most people who were kids in the 70s don't remember it. Isn't that funny?
Mm-hmm.
So, not so funny in our case because we were way too young during that time to actually personally remember it, when it was initially out for us, for people to hear. So, thank goodness for good old fashioned research.
But Coop, it is bizarre. It is a bizarre little tune that incredibly teaches the listener how to multiply by 12.
Mm-hmm.
And the cartoon itself is even better than the song. So, George Newell and Tom Yohe, previously mentioned, were the executive producers and creative directors of every episode, along with Bob Duro, also previously mentioned, as musical director. It is said that Bob Duro, who appropriately credited in penning a number of the series tunes, is a fantastic and underrated songwriter with a sharp sense of humor to match. The children and adult audiences tuning in could no doubt attest to that.
Okay. So that brings us to fun fact number one. Did you know that General Foods was Schoolhouse Rock's first sponsor? Later sponsors of Schoolhouse Rock segments also included Nabisco, Kenner Toys, Kellogg's, and McDonald's.
Oh, a blast from the past.
Yes, each one of those on that list is just nostalgia gold.
Oh, yeah.
Fun fact number two. During the early 70s, Schoolhouse Rock was one of several short form animated educational shorts, that is a mouthful, that aired on ABC's children's lineup. Others included Time for Time and Bob Squad. Of the three, Schoolhouse Rock was the longest running, hence our topic this week.
Okay. So the first season of Schoolhouse Rock was followed in short order by a second season running from 1973 to 1975, entitled Grammar Rock, which included nouns, verbs, adjectives, and other parts of speech, such as conjunctions explained conjunction junction.
Conjunction junction, what's your function? Hooking up words and phrases and clauses.
For this second season, the show added the services of Jack Sheldon, a member of the Merv Griffin Show house band, as well as Lynn Ahrens. Both of these contributed to the series through the rest of its run.
Merv Griffin, oh my goodness. That takes you back in a heartbeat. Oh my gosh. Oh man. And speaking of Miss Lynn Ahrens, she contributed some wonderfully memorable songs like A Noun is a Person, Place or Thing. Blossom Derry from the first season returned for a second, joined by Ezra Mohawk and the cast as recurring singers. Shows like Schoolhouse Rock surely bring back some wonderful memories. We've talked about this. It's drinking from the hose, right? Like there was water hoses. Like it takes you right back to that childhood spot.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I mean, it's cool. That's why we do the show. But moving right along with both the educational and fun fact. To coincide with the upcoming United States bicentennial and the third season, America Rock aired in 1975 to 76. It had music videos covering the structure of the United States government, such as I Am Just a Bill, along with important moments in American history. Examples include
Woo, you sure gotta climb a lot of steps to get to this Capitol building here in Washington. Well, I wonder who that sad little scrap of paper is. I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city. It's a long, long wait while I'm sitting in committee.
oh wow. So that was an example of things that included the preamble and mother necessity.
Yeah, and the fourth season or series of Schoolhouse Rock was titled Science Rock from 1978 to 1979, included a broad range of science based topics. The first video of this particular season was A Victim of Gravity, which parodied elements of the hit film Grease. Yeah, and featured a rare guest appearance from a pop band, which recently reunited doo-wop group The Tokens. Never heard of them.
Nope.
They actually provided the vocals.
Hmm.
So, in addition to episodes describing the human body's anatomical systems, such as his nervous, circulatory, skeletal, and digestive systems, each received a music video. Episodes describing physical sciences, such as astronomy, meteorology, and electricity, were also included, as was the Energy Blues and environmentalism themed video.
So we cannot not mention Scooter Computer and Mr. Chips also being an interesting watch. If you want to see how they tackled computer science in the early 80s, As we can recall, this movement and culture was huge because we lived in an era of when things were rapidly transitioning over to computer science and tech and all that good stuff.
Okay.
Oh, quick fun fact, Scooter Computer and Mr. Chips were the only music videos of the series to feature any recurring characters. I thought that was neat. So check that out when you have an opportunity.
That's right. Okay, and a fifth follow up season or series titled Scooter Computer and Mr. Chips featured the titular characters premiered in the early 80s, which comprised of only 4 segments about home computer technology. This was a big deal at the time because that's we were in that cusp where it was crossing over from old school pen paper and typewriters and stuff into computers and technology.
Totally.
So
Totally.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, because we're in that weird cusp, obviously.
Oh, to our chagrin.
But these Schoolhouse Rock segments stopped airing after 1985 and were not released on home video until the 30th anniversary DVD in 2002.
Whew. So we've mentioned a slew of the musical lineup peppered all throughout our episode so far this week. Here's a much more concentrated list to help us whistle to and go back and capture this fabulous nostalgia of Schoolhouse Rock. The songs were brilliant selections that included Conjunction Junction, I'm Just a Bill, Fireworks, Lolly Lolly Lolly, Interjections, Nouns, Interplanet, Janet, Verb. The Shot Heard Around the World, The Great American Melting Pot, The Preamble, Elbow Room, 3 is a Magic Number, Little 12 Toes, 0, You're My Hero, How Wonderful You Are, No More Kings, and so much more, if you can believe that.
So here's that interjection one. When Reginald was home with flu, the doctor knew just what to do. He cured the infection with one small injection, while Reginald uttered some interjections. Hey, that's smart! Ouch, that hurts! Man, that just takes you back. It really does, because I was like, man, okay.
Yeah.
So, when Schoolhouse Rock left the airwaves in 1986 and returned later for a brief period in 1992, the show really changed course, like much everything does.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yes.
discuss it here regularly in the Retro Orchard. Nostalgia is ruined for the revamping of what was once considered very good and helpful as far as youth based education was concerned. So, again, as we mentioned previously, Schoolhouse Rock ran for 12 years.
Mm.
This was one of the Saturday morning spectacular of special short presentations, winning multi Emmy Awards during its astounding run on the air from 1973 to 1985.
Wow, awards. Now you know you've done something, right? So cool.
Yeah.
And you'll see how the creators of Schoolhouse Rock were wanting to make and craft something fun and sincere for kids. The main goal and objective being able to help them, us, remember certain educational sensitive topics in school like math and grammar. Is Schoolhouse Rock just a total product of this time? Absolutely. But it's actually not a bad show in lieu of what it truly stood for what it represented.
Mhm.
Education, pure and simple.
That's right. The shorts were very cute and catchy, sort of surreal, accompanied with jazz vibes mostly. And as we can easily recall, most of Schoolhouse Rock's songs could be referenced today when learning and getting a decent grasp on English, or as on how it all started with simple multiplication. Jeez.
120. There. A bushel of wheat and a bushel of rye. Who's not hit? Holler I.
Hmm?
What's the matter with you?
20 nickels makes a dollar. I didn't hear anybody holler. 5 times 20 is 100. Everybody got to be hit. All eyes open, here I come. Multiplying by 5 is a little like counting by 5. In fact, if you count long on your fingers.
Mhm.
Mm.
So, adding science, despite being a little dated, has some strong points. Some cute songs about nutrition and anatomy. Some of the imagery is detailed and or a little weird. So, it doesn't always succeed in directly explaining what they're teaching, which we just kind of sampled that. But more emphasis on entertaining. So, we did catch that part of it. Woo! But that doesn't always happen in these subsequent seasons.
Okay, yeah. So Schoolhouse Rock also provides nicely for those who helmed the homeschooling environment by choice. No doubt, things like this was a huge asset for them, and obviously coming forward, could you imagine if it was today, Because homeschooling is really a thing. Um, so, from home entertainment all the way to elementary teaching needs, Schoolhouse Rock has always been the right choice for giving out good lessons and basic learning for youth. It's been a rare
Mhm.
gem for thousands of people who grew up watching it, and it's continuously loved and embraced by newer generations currently.
Isn't it funny how that works?
Yes.
Coop, we've had a good time reminiscing about the throwback youth based media offering, that of Schoolhouse Rock. It's family friendly, cool, catchy, and fantastic to watch time and time again. It's so nostalgic. And it's also perfect for the entire family to watch or show in your grade school classroom for homeschooling or any just cause that is school education related. Schoolhouse Rock was indeed a timeless collection of animated songs that taught and helped an entire generation retain the fact that knowledge is power.
And that's it for this week's episode, but there's more where that came from. Visit the Retro Orchard Weekly for a sweeter, nostalgic experience. Caramel catch you on the other side.